What really went on at the Pupil Referral Unit? Or should we call it the children's prison? Hello and welcome to Queendom TV. Today I'm going to be talking about the PRU, the Pupil Referral Unit. Now this is something I came to know about from somebody that I happen to know who actually went there as a child, and I was absolutely bewildered, shocked, disgusted at what I was to discover. If you're interested to know more about that, please watch the full video. If you enjoy the video, please like it. If you enjoy the video, please subscribe. If you enjoy the video, let me know in the comments and let me know what you think as well. So, the PRU. For those of you who don't know, basically, and by the way, everything I'm going to say, if you want to go and see how it's been perceived to be, what people try and claim that it is, you go ahead and Google that. I'm going to tell you the truth from my perspective of what I think of the PRU. So if you feel like what I'm saying isn't 100% truthful, that's why, because I'm not taking it what they tried to say that it is. I'm taking it at what it actually is from what I can see and from the stories I have been told. So the PRU basically is a place, and I think it's shut down now. I think it might be shut down now, which says a lot. But basically, it is a place where, as children, even in as young as primary school, I think it is mainly primary school actually, you get sent to, if you're so naughty in school that you get excluded, the school doesn't want to have you, no one's going to whatever have you, you get sent to the PRU, which is kind of like a school/prison kind of thing. I would say it's a school/prison. So you're still learning an education, but you're basically here because you're one of the most badly behaved, supposedly, children. And that's why they call it the Pupil Referral Unit, because you get referred there because, you know, they just can't look after you in normal school, so they say. Now, I have a lot to say about the PRU. First of all, I don't like the idea of it because I feel like there's too much pressure on children to understand consequences long before their time. I believe God gave children parents because parents are the ones who are supposed to be responsible for a child and take accountability for how their child is turning out as their child is turning out. If you have a child who is being referred to the Pupil Referral Unit, first of all, you should have intervened as a parent prior to that point. But I don't see why the children are being punished and imprisoned, because whichever way you look at it, the child, and a lot of these, my thoughts already go, let's start from there. A lot of the children, first things first, when I think about a child that's misbehaving, right, if you put your mind inside, if you actually think like a child for a moment, right, even you can think like an adult in a way, because when you go through things in life, you're going to react to them. You're going to be reactive. I think as children, there's a reason why some children, you know, can come across really lovely and sweet, and there's a reason why other ones can sound really angry and really just naughty. And I think a lot of the time it's because of something that's happened. I don't know why in society we always act like things just come out of nowhere. And again, I think it's a lack of accountability on the parent side. I've talked about this in another video, so check that out. It's called Where Are All the Parents? Or something like that. So check that out when I talk about the accountability of parents. But there needs to be more accountability for children, because children are reacting and they don't have a framework or a basis to come from, because that basis and framework is supposed to be being taught to them throughout their whole childhood, all the way through until they're an adult, by their parents, right? So because no one's taking accountability for it, I'm like, well, why is that child behaving that way in the first place? And I've worked with children. I've worked with children as young as 3 all the way up to adult age in lots of different areas. I've worked in teaching, I've done tutoring, I've done youth work, I've done all bunch of things, right? I even did mentoring for a little while, you know, one-to-one. So I've worked with children and young people in lots of different areas. I've done, you know, and I've realized that at the end of the day, children don't just do something for nothing. Children don't just do something for nothing. There's always a reason. I've never come across any child or any person, even the person who got me to know about my inside source of the Pupil Referral Unit. Again, once you ask these people even about, or even the children, what was going on in your life, what led to you getting there, you can see how they got there. And it's like, so why are we failing them by just putting them somewhere in a prison, making them feel bad when they probably already feel bad because they're acting out because of whatever they're probably currently going through, which is making them feel bad? Why are we now making them feel worse by throwing them in this Pupil Referral Unit to then be like, yeah, now you're going to be in prison? And the things that go on in there, like, they're being restrained, they're literally being treated like prisoners, like literally like prisoners. They're in smaller classrooms, they're in like almost the equivalent of cells. Like, it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And let me know if you want me to do more about the Pupil Referral Unit. I might actually have a full interview with the person, like I said, my inside source, who I'm keeping anonymous. But, you know, it's crazy that children can be, that this is the consequences. Like, it's like, I feel like this is why so many people, again, I've talked about this in another video that's on my channel, entitled, you know, something like the real reason why people take their life. I think this is some of the reasons why, because even as young as a child, people are not there trying to jump in and help you and like surround you with love. No, they're trying to jump in, judge you, sentence you, and pigeonhole you into something. Like, and even just being there, like I was thinking, and I was saying this to the person who was telling me that, about their experience, like being there. And I was saying to them, you know what, it doesn't help, because as well, not only are you in an area where there's like a prison, you're being made to feel bad, and probably the way you're acting is because of the bad things that have happened anyway. But now you're in a group of people, you know, where all of you children are all going through a similar thing, and now you guys are kind of forming that kind of a bond, and you're taking away from those children being able to have, you know, good interactions with other children, because children are very understanding and very, very forgiving, and they see things very clearly, very black and white, a lot more than adults do a lot of the time. And so I've seen it even with children where, you know, you can have a child who's misbehaving or whatever, and other children will step in and try and like, and you know, they'll say, oh, please, do you want to come and sit with us? Like, you know, even the children are doing a better job sometimes than the adults in terms of delivering the love that is needed for these children. Because I promise you, in all my work that I've done with young people, from the most naughtiest to the least naughtiest, I promise you, any child that misbehaves, if you treat them with like love, that will go away. It will go away. It's like what I always say about, you know, people in prison, and it's the same thing. If you treat prisoners like animals, they're going to behave like animals. If you treat prisoners with respect and with love, you're going to get respect, and you're going to get love back from them. And obviously people, again, they want to pigeonhole adults and say, you're a criminal now, so we don't care about you. You're just written off. You're just a criminal, which again, not helpful, because sometimes people, again, another perfect story is, you know, into what I'm saying. There was a story, and this story really broke my heart, about a boy who had got into an argument with his mum, and this is in America. He had got into an argument with his mom or something like that, and he decided he's going to run away. And a lot of children, you know, think they can run away. It happens. It's not uncommon that children try to run away. A lot of them will come back after 10 minutes, some of them a couple of hours, some of them way longer. Please, if you're a child watching this, which I don't think you will be, because I don't put this for children, please don't run away because the world is very dangerous. But anyway, and so he decided to run away because of whatever had happened. And he was like, I don't know how old he was, but he was definitely younger than 17. The oldest he was could have been 16. So basically what happened is he left. He ended up being picked up by a group of dodgy people. Again, you know, and those people were kind of like, oh, we want you to, they let him stay with them. So he stayed with them, I think, for a couple of days. Then eventually they were like, oh, well, you've been staying with us, so you need to do something for us. So we want you to go and rob this shop. And they've given him a gun. So he's taken a gun now to go and rob a shop, gets there, decides he doesn't want to do it. But anyway, somehow the police find out that he was going to do it, and he ends up going to prison for like 10 years. And I'm like, again, why are we so hard and like, and the thing is, the reason why I use this story is because he changed his mind of even doing it. He changed his mind, and he still had to go through 10 years of prison. So it's like, you can't even make a mistake in this world anymore. You can't even be imperfect as a child anymore, because you can still be, and I think they trialed him as an adult anyway. And I'm like, why are people trialing children as adults? I don't get that. That's something I can't possibly understand. Because if you think back to you as a child, and people even say this, I mean, people to me, I'm in my 20s, and people say to me, who are like 40 plus and whatever, oh, you're young, you're just a child. When you look back at your 20s, you're going to realize you didn't know anything. So where's that same energy for the children? When the children don't know, and don't get me wrong, I think a lot of those people are kind of, I don't know, I feel like some of what they're saying is correct, because I definitely believe with age, you always realize, you look back and you go, wow, who the hell was that? You know, but it's a journey, and I don't think it should be seen as a negative. I think we should receive that and welcome being people that are constantly improving ourselves, you know. But if you can see that for me, then how come when it comes to the children, we want to try children as adults? How come when it comes to the children, we want to send the children to pupil referral units? These are the things I don't understand. And do you know why it happens? It's because nobody wants to take accountability, because that's the hard option. And that's why if you're somebody who doesn't really want to have a child, don't have one. Because if your child, however your child turns out, number one, probably that child is going to be having characteristics just like you. Whatever issues that they're going through, whatever behavior, they probably got it from you or your spouse. So that's another thing. Think carefully about who you want to have children with. How about that? And also, so that's what you need to do, basically, you know, and look after that child and take accountability for that child. And let's just stop throwing children into systems and doing whatever. Like parents, to me at this point, it's like parents don't even need to exist anymore. I feel like at this point, parents almost don't even need to exist, because children are being allowed to run houses. Children are being allowed to make decisions. Children are being trialed as adults. Children are being exposed to so much adult content. It's like, where are we going to take accountability for children again? And then as soon as they do something, we throw them to the Pupil Referral Unit. And you're basically sending them on a particular path, because what's going to happen now is if they're 18, the next step that's going to happen is they're not going to be sent to a Pupil Referral Unit. They're probably going to go to prison for whatever they've done, because now they're an adult. Even though they never had what they were supposed to have as a child to help them to not make these decisions. A lot of people in Pupil Referral Units, in prisons, in all of these places, even in mental health institutions, these people need love. They need people who are going to stick by them. This is why I don't believe that the world understands love by any stretch. The Bible says that God is love. You know, people do not understand what people need. We're just quick to pigeonhole people, especially when it gets difficult. And unfortunately, that happens with the parents as well. So anyways, please subscribe to my channel if you're enjoying this video, if you enjoyed this content. Please comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking about this whole subject. If you've had any experience with the Pupil Referral Unit, if you know about that. If you're from somewhere else in the world, let me know if they have something like this where you're from. And please like the video as well if you liked it, and check out all of my other videos. I talk about so many different things. So check them out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. God bless you all. Goodbye.